Haesu has a strange ability. She can see mysterious red lines connecting people, and each line represents a relationship they once had. The more lines a person has, the more secrets they're hiding. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and let's try to hit 1,000 likes on this video. Now, let's begin. Hyun wakes up looking completely broken, depressed, lonely, disconnected from the world. When she looks outside her window, she notices something terrifying. Every single person walking on the street has a strange red line floating above their head. Then she starts telling us her backstory. She's been seeing these red lines since she was a little girl. She used to sit alone, drawing weird, meaningless shapes. She remembers the day her mother found out her father was cheating. The fight happened right in front of her. She just stood there, silent. As she grew older, she finally understood what the red lines mean. They're not random symbols. They're hidden secrets. Secret relationships between two people that nobody else can see. And here's the scary part. The longer the line, the closer a disaster is coming. Hyun has tried to kill herself multiple times because of this curse, but every attempt failed. So she makes a decision. If she can't die, she's going to find out why she sees these lines, and if there's anyone else like her. One day, her neighbor drops off food like she always does. But Hyun gets really startled, because above the neighbor's head, there are many red lines. That means this woman has had many secret relationships in her past. The neighbor doesn't say much. She knows Hyun never leaves the house, so she just leaves the food and walks away. Hyun eats quickly. Meanwhile, we meet Detective Han, a sharp, skilled cop heading to the police station. Then the scene shifts to a high school, where a girl named Seon is getting brutally bullied by a group of girls. They beat her so badly, she can't even move. The leader sneers. "Since your uncle is the chief of police, we need to teach you a lesson." Then they grab her by the hair and nearly throw her off the school rooftop. Back to Detective Han, he's investigating a murder case. A 29-year-old woman who lived alone was mysteriously killed. Her food came from an unknown brand, so police suspect she was poisoned. That night, the police discuss the case and think the food delivery man might be the killer. He seems mentally unstable. The news reports the woman's murder on TV. Hyun watches, completely shocked, because above the dead woman's head, she sees only one red line. That same night, Hyun hears someone knocking on her neighbor's door. Based on everything she's seen, her gut tells her this man is the killer. For the first time in her life, she charges her phone and calls the police to report that the man they're looking for is inside the building across from hers. But suddenly, she hangs up. She gets completely overwhelmed by a dizzying storm of red lines and can't handle it. The next morning, Hyun asks her uncle for money. He gives it to her without asking questions. She tries to hide her face, avoiding his gaze. He has no idea she's being bullied at school. Meanwhile, one of Detective Han's assistants tells him about the mysterious girl who called the police the night before but hung up. Hyun heads straight to her building. When she opens the door and sees Hyun standing there, she's shocked, because Hyun has so many red lines above his head. The neighbor tells Hyun, "That girl is the most isolated person in this entire city. She'll never speak to you." But Hyun doesn't give up. He knocks and knocks until she finally opens the door. She apologizes, says she dialed by mistake, and slams the door in his face. That night, a man wearing a helmet stands outside her door. At the same time, Hyun tries to rob a rich-looking woman but fails. She overhears some boys talking about money. Meanwhile, Detective Han is working another murder case, a woman named Dong, and learns she had an ex-boyfriend. Suddenly, Han gets a call from the hospital where his father is being treated. He rushes over and finds his father standing on the rooftop, trying to end his life. As Han is driving home, his detective friend calls him, but before he can say anything, the helmeted man attacks him, beats him badly, ties him up, and stares at his own reflection in a mirror, whispering, "That's it. We're now one." The helmeted man heads straight to Hyun's neighbor's house. Hyun watches from her window in pure terror. Scared out of her mind, she grabs a sharp object and leaves her apartment. But ahead of her, she sees something that paralyzes her with fear. She collapses. She sees a vision of her mother far away and reaches for her hand, then faints. Meanwhile, the helmeted man goes to visit the woman he loves. He's wearing glasses now, and he sees multiple red lines above her head, meaning she's been cheating on him. Enraged, he starts strangling her. Suddenly, Hyun appears. He's shocked to see her, but he grabs a knife and stabs Hyun. His girlfriend attacks him back. At Hyun's apartment, Detective Han arrives and is stunned by the bizarre drawings all over her walls. Through the window, he witnesses the entire fight. He pulls out his gun to shoot the killer, but then Hyun stabs the killer herself. Nothing happens. It's Han's bullet that actually kills the man. Right before dying, the killer mutters, "The line? It disappeared." The ambulance arrives. Hyun keeps thinking about the killer's last words. They haunt her. She sees Detective Han and asks him about the dead man. He says, "I'll tell you everything at the station." Then Seon walks in, sees Hyun, and blurts out, "Wait, why are you wearing black sunglasses in the dark?" Hyun's uncle asks if they already know each other. Later, Detective Han goes home to visit his niece Seon. He wants to know what happened to her at school, but she refuses to tell him anything. He's frustrated. Just as he's about to leave, she tells him that the girl they met earlier is named Hyun, and they used to be classmates in elementary school. Then she drops a huge bombshell. Hyun's mom killed her dad when they were little, then ran away. We cut back to Hyun, sitting alone. She decides she won't wear the black sunglasses anymore. She wants to return to life and face the world as she truly is. But then, she receives a strange message from an unknown number. "Come to the high school. I know everything about you." The next day at school, a student named June hands the teacher important documents. They joke around. Meanwhile, Seon is walking through school, completely fed up, and climbs to the rooftop needing space. Hyun stares at an old photo of herself and her grandmother and decides to remove all the papers she'd taped to the windows. At school, Seon is shocked to see her bully drew a horrible picture of her and wrote nasty things on it. Then she's even more shocked when she sees her bully reading her personal diary. Seon rushes to grab it, but the bully fights back and starts beating her again. The teacher arrives just in time and stops the fight. Seon, overwhelmed with rage, says, "I want to kill her." She decides to leave school, but as she's walking out, she notices something strange, a pair of black sunglasses. They're the exact same ones the masked killer wore, the one who could see the red lines. She's scared, but she takes them anyway. That night, Hyun sits with her colleague discussing the case. The media is attacking them for killing the criminal, but they're more interested in knowing why he murdered the two girls he once loved. So Detective Han goes to the killer's house and finds red lines drawn all over the walls. He has no idea what they mean. Meanwhile, Seon puts on the sunglasses and looks in the mirror and gasps. She sees one red line above her own head. Then she looks at her uncle. He has many red lines. Terrified, she screams, runs to her room, and storms out of the house. As she walks past strangers, she sees red lines above every single person. Sometimes one red line connects two people, meaning they're in a secret relationship nobody else knows about. The next morning, her uncle offers her a ride to school. But when she sees the red lines again, she's disgusted and refuses to get in the car. She walks away. At school, Seon is actually happy now because she can finally tell how many personal connections each person has. Then she sees something surprising. Her bully's red line stretches all the way to the teacher's room. Curious, she walks in and finds her teacher inside. That means the bully has a secret relationship with the teacher. Seon is delighted. Now she can finally get her revenge. During class, Hyun enters. The bully keeps staring and laughing at her. Meanwhile, Detective Han comes to the school and starts asking the teacher a lot of questions about the serial killer case. Then he asks, "Did that guy ever wear glasses?" The teacher replies, "I don't think so. I've never seen him wear glasses." Elsewhere, the bully slaps Seon across the face. Her sunglasses fall, but she picks them back up. When the bully tries to slap her again, Seon grabs her hand and shoves her to the ground. Hyun rushes in to defend Seon. The two girls start fighting. Hyun almost pushes the bully off the roof. Scared, the bully runs away. Sien gets angry at Hyun for helping her and decides to confront her. Meanwhile, Detective Han goes to a local club to investigate someone and learns the suspect used to come there often, always talking to himself. The bartender says he always wore glasses. Back to Sien. The bully secretly takes a photo of the teacher with her and sends it to Sien as blackmail. But Sien ignores the threat and sends the photo to the teacher's wife instead. The teacher panics. Later, Sien and Hyun walk together, talking about their lives. The teacher, now terrified of being exposed, goes to confront the bully, but she's calm and cold. She apologizes and walks away. Hyun watches Sien from a distance, confused about how Sien knows so much. Sien starts manipulating one of her classmates, making him fall into her trap. Hyun secretly follows her into the bathroom and pulls out the sunglasses, asking, "Can you really see the red lines?" Sien explains everything, then takes the glasses and walks away. While walking together, Sien asks Hyun how she got rid of her own red lines. That takes Hyun back to her darkest memory, her mom killing her dad after finding out he cheated. Meanwhile, a girl named Yoon had been hiding in the bathroom, listening to everything. She steals Sien's bag, which has the sunglasses inside. When she puts them on, she finally sees the red lines herself, but someone sneaks up behind her and hits her on the head. Sien calls Hyun and tells her everything. Then she drops the phone and heads to meet the teacher on the rooftop. She asks him for the money he promised. The teacher panics, saying, "I'm married. My wife is pregnant. I don't have that kind of money." Then he finds out the photo was already sent to his wife. He starts fighting with Sien. She's confused, she didn't send it. Meanwhile, Hyun is frantically looking for Sien. She finds her lying on the ground, having fallen from the rooftop. The red line above Sien's head begins to disappear. That means one thing. She's going to die. Hyun bursts into tears beside her. The big question: who pushed Sien? The teacher or someone else? Hyun races Sien to the hospital. When Detective Han shows up, Hyun tells him firmly, there's no way she tried to kill herself. Someone else is involved. The next day, the school principal throws a tantrum over the scandal. The English teacher disappears. Nobody can track him down. The Korean language teacher heads to his sister's place before flying to Canada for a new job. Hyun returns to the school rooftop hoping to find clues. Another student, Kyung, walks up and says, "Don't worry. Sien is still alive. Once she wakes up, she'll tell us everything." Then John walks by wearing glasses. Hyun stops him. "Wait, you're wearing glasses now? Since when?" He says, "Oh, these? Just lenses. Thought I'd try something new." Elsewhere, Teacher Kim finds a pair of glasses left on his desk. Someone tells him, "Try them on." The moment he puts them on, his world erupts in red lines. At the police station, Detective Han retrieves security footage and sees Hyun calmly stealing Sien's bag and walking away like nothing happened. Meanwhile, Kim has dinner with his sister and her husband. He's completely shaken by the wild tangle of red lines above their heads. He suspects his sister's husband is cheating with her neighbor because he sees a red line connecting him to someone on the floor below. Then, in the elevator, the husband presses the 4th floor instead of the 5th, out of habit. That confirms it. Meanwhile, Officer Han is furious because investigators are trying to close his niece's case as suicide. They want to bury the school's scandal. Then 2 disasters strike at once. Scandalous photos of the English teacher leak online, and worse, he's found dead in his car with a suicide note. Han isn't convinced. Something feels off. He goes straight to Hyun at school and questions her about the glasses. She says, "Find the glasses first, then I'll explain everything." And she walks away. Choi, who works in the school admin office, becomes obsessed with the red line glasses. She's never had a single relationship in her life. There isn't even one thread above her head. After school, she puts on a red dress and pink wig and checks into a hotel where Hyun works. She books a room to pretend to be someone else. Then she finds a small hole in the wall and can see into the room next door. She gets addicted to watching people until she sees the music teacher with another woman. The pain of betrayal consumes her. She waits until the woman comes back, hits her over the head with a fire extinguisher, ties her up, and steals her dress. She drugs the teacher's water. When he walks in, expecting his date, she surprises him. He can't fight back, he's already drugged. After killing him, she walks into the bathroom and takes her own life. Later, Hyun finds the crime scene and calls the police. Detective Han finds the glasses in the bathtub. The moment he puts them on, his eyes widen with horror. He's flooded with memories of guilt. Now everyone can see the red lines. Society changes forever. A year later, people have adapted to living with the truth, even when it's painful. Seon finally wakes up from her coma. Hyun and her uncle mend their broken relationship. But Hyun herself becomes a loner again. She walks away from everything. Then one day, while sitting alone, she hears someone calling her name. She turns her head, and standing there is Lena, the woman who distributed the glasses all along. Lena was the mastermind behind everything. She's back. And the story ends there, leaving us with one chilling question. What happens now? This is where the series leaves us. Subscribe for more drama recaps like this. Hit the bell so you don't miss the next one.